Hello again. I've been wanting to get my hands on these coaches for a while. Two reasons. One, they will suit what I run on my layout. I run everything really, including Irish and British double O gauge. Now, these were useful for both the Irish steam locomotive trains and British ones, and I'll explain in a bit. But the second reason I got them was just pure out of curiosity. Since I was a kid, I'd heard about these coaches made by Grafar or Graham Farish, and they were well out of production. But even when I was a kid, you couldn't get them anymore. Grafar or Graham Farish had switched over completely to N gauge and given up on their double O range, which also included locomotives as well as coaches and other rolling stock. And so when these came up cheap, I had to get them because, like I said, I can use them for my LMS Suburban trains, which is what they are. They're London, Midland, and Scotland Suburban trains, and they're also useful for Northern County Committee's trains that operate around Belfast. During World War II, a Luftwaffe raid on Belfast destroyed a lot of their coaches of the Northern Counties Committee, and so the LMS re-gauged them to Irish gauge of 5'3" and exported them to Ireland, into Northern Ireland for use as like emergency vehicles, and they lasted right up into near Northern Ireland Railway times. I still think they were in service in the 60s in the Ulster Transport Authority green livery. So I opened them up and I was very surprised to see they were not what I really expected. Now there's some damage to these models. I'm not bothered by that at all, really, but they are very substantial models. They're mostly metal construction. The roof is a stamped metal, and the sides appear to be plastic. There's an interior inside, and there's a metal bottom with these very substantial bogies, which are all metal as well. And even these, whatever you call them, arch bars, supports are metal as well. So they're very heavy, and you feel like, when you hold these, you feel like you have something of quality. And they are scale length, although the ends do overhang a bit too much, I think, on the end. But they are, I compared them to the mainline and I think the Airfix ones of these, and they're pretty much the same length. So they are scale length. They are a bit too tall though, but that doesn't bother me. I wouldn't run them. I try not to run them with the main line or any other proprietary models of the same type. I'll run them all together. So here's the brake coach, and here is the standard first and third class coach. Now again, there's some damage to these. I don't know if you can see on here. There's some. It looks like the person tried to varnish this, and over the years, these haven't been produced since the 60s, so these are probably going on 60 years old, or maybe older, and so it started to peel. I'm going to leave them as they are, just like there's some paint chipped off the roof here. I'm just going to leave them. I'm happy with them as they are, and the decals are a bit worn, but I'm not bothered. You can see it says LMS here, London, Midland, and Scotland, and again, the weight fascinates me. Back in the day, if you were to pick these up compared to a Triang, you feel like you're getting your money's worth with these. You would feel like, this is something that has value. It's made of metal, it has weight. The wheels have narrow profiles, and the couplings are kind of like a hybrid of the old Triang and the Horn and Hook, the later one, the Hornby one. The tension lock, sorry, and the buffers are metal, and here's the end details, and the couplers are also narrowed. I was surprised that Grafar stopped producing these, because I don't know, maybe back in the day they were very expensive. I don't know, but if I was modeling back in the 60s, I would definitely prefer these over. The metal construction almost makes them feel like brass imports from the Middle East or from the Far East. So there they are. They made them in. These coaches lasted. The prototypes lasted at the British Rail. There's a bit of damage there on the end. I can fix that easy enough. Just glue it back on. It's like zinc or something, the roof. So they made LNER and they made Southern in green. I don't think they ever made any British Railways ones. Although the British Rail ones, I believe, were this colour anyway. They just took off the LMS, livery, but they kept the same colour livery designs. And yeah, I'm very pleased with them. I think they're a very nice model. I'm pleasantly surprised by the robust and very kind of engineered construction. They're fascinating bogies, and that will never go out of gauge, I don't think. And so yeah, there we go. Grafar 00 coaches. The legend is true, and I have some now. And here they are running fine on my layout. They are being hauled by a Bachmann Ivet class tank loco, very appropriately. Let's have a look at the roofs. I replaced some of the missing vents, and then I painted the roof a light grey, and I'm happy with that. I'm going to leave it that way. I touched up any paint that was missing and cleaned up what I could, and they're running around the layout. They didn't derail once, not a problem at all, and no complaints from me. Not for the purists, but good enough for me.